In the Know for Thursday, February 29, the 60th day of 2024. There are 306 days left in the year. Good morning, MP, guiding you through In the Know at K105 on Litchfield's Country Station 1039 The Moose, live online at K105.com via the Apple and Android smartphone app, using the SoundCloud, iTunes, or Spotify podcast, on Facebook, on YouTube, on the platform formerly known as Twitter, and the hashtag is In the Know. Coming up today, we'll update you on the latest news headlines from around the community, the county, the Commonwealth, and the country. It's bonus day, leap day. We'll tell you what that means, why we do it, and we'll get you ready for Lady Cougar basketball tonight. The district championship is up for grabs. That and a whole lot more coming up today here on In the Know. Settling into my left, rolling Mach 9 with her hair on fire. Here's my beautiful wife, the beautiful girl. It's Beach. Good morning, sweetheart.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Got your friend's shirt on today?
Yes.
Is it Superhero Day?
It is.
I saw you and Alea were twins.
Yes. Well, we decided, we are super, so
Well, sure.
we decided to be matchy-matchy.
Absolutely. Well, I thought she felt like a big shot wearing her friend's
Yes,
shirt.
I think so too.
Yeah, so does she know what that is?
I don't really think that she does. She
does.
knows that it's Mama's favorite TV show.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. She's never. I don't even know that she's walked by an episode. Honestly.
She just knows it's good to have friends.
Yes.
And it is that. Did I hear you commenting the other day that it was a myth about bulls seeing the color red and making them mad?
I commented because I'd heard that was, but I disagree with that,
Well,
right?
so the Harvard Business Review says that if you want to be happier at work, avoid seeing red. Researchers found that people's brains do not work as well when they see the color red, even for a short time. Scientists believe this may be because teachers use red pens and pencils to grade papers. Seeing red brings the idea of failure. Red numbers, when you see that usually means a bad thing. So people associate negative things with the color red, except for bulls, and maybe we thought that they...
Yeah,
I'm so confused. I don't
I'm
know
so
if
confused.
it's who does and who doesn't. Anyway, there you go. He is a 5-time winner of the coveted Ohio Newshawk Award. He's the 2-time Silver Sound nominee, covering every corner of the globe: London, Budapest, Rio, Tokyo, and even Litchfield. He's Sam Gormley and the Sparks. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Ralph.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing well. I finally did get it settled. The Leapers, if they're born on February the 29th, they observe their birthday on March the 1st. So we thought that maybe when it was to their advantage, so they could vote a day earlier or buy adult products a day earlier or something like that, that they say, oh, well, I'm going to celebrate my birthday on the 28th. But so you're technically, you roll over to the next year on March 1st, because that would be the same number of days, if you will. But I also saw that it's rare. The birthdays for February 29 are so rare. There's a 1 in 1,461 chance of being born on February the 29th. And I thought it was funny. The Sydney Herald in Australia had to tell us that was the rarest birthday. You don't think? Really? Really? I would have never pieced that together, that was the way it was. It is Leap Day, bonus day. I like to laugh and say, whatever happens today, it's just bonus. It's okay. Chilly, though. We had some very cool wind chills to start the day. Still have some wind chills to start the day. And we will see high of 49 today, partly cloudy, and 32 is the overnight low. And then showers for your Friday with a high of 48. That's one of the reasons you got Mr. Blue Sky, because it's sandwiched between two cloudy days. Then a little bit better on Saturday, and then even better yet on Sunday. Then you look at the extended forecast. There is a chance of rain Monday on. So it's, for the gardener, is rain now good?
I don't know.
Does it get the soil ready? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I would, if it does rain and I get my new toy back.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it.
Okay.
So, I mean, Yes,
You're
I
look-
guess.
You're like
I don't know.
okay. You're
I
handy
didn't
dandy.
expect that question, but
Well, that's what I didn't know if the rain we're getting now helps us in the future.
I mean,
That's what
it
I
will
was-
help me to break up the soil.
All right, makes it easy. It just better
I'll be a
than
muddy mess,
not needing a
maybe.
chisel.
But, you know.
I was surprised, along with many people yesterday, when I heard that Senator Mitch McConnell, the longest-serving Senate leader in history from either party, has maintained his power in the face of lots of changes and responsible for shaping our current Supreme Court. He will step down from that position the end of November. In a speech yesterday to the Senate, he was, I thought his comments were very elegant and appropriate and had some, keywords in there like Father Time remains undefeated, realizes his age. If he laughed, he said, if 40 years ago, I was just hoping people would remember my name, and that President Reagan called him Mitch O'Donnell instead of Mitch McConnell. And so, anyway, he quoted Henry Clay and just said that ready for the next generation of leadership. I just think it takes a lot of energy to have that job, and it's going to get chaotic in the next year over the whole presidential election, et cetera. So now's the right time. And clearly he's had health problems. They say this isn't directly attributed, but it has to, has to play into it in some way. Just we all get to that point. We all hope we get to that point. Jimmy Fallon did have a funny line last night. He said Mitch McConnell is stepping down from his Senate leader position at age 82, which can only mean one thing. He's running for president.
I mean,
And then he doubled down and he
That's a good
said,
one.
he turned and he looked and he said, it's time for the next generation of leadership to step up. He said he turned and looked at the Senate and he said the next generation is already 75. So you might have to skip a generation or two. But anyway, it'll be curious to know how history looks back. He's been influential without a doubt, and he's done a lot for Kentucky, and some people will say it's a lot of good, and some people will say it's a lot of bad. But nonetheless, long serving. He will intends to continue his term doesn't expire until 2027. So I know he has intentions of fulfilling that, but we don't always get to make that decision. Some headlines in here closer to home. A Grayson County man has been accused of having a sexual relationship with a juvenile. State police arrested 50-year-old William Scott Carter of Millwood following an investigation. According to the arrest citation, under questioning, he disclosed information that he had intercourse with a juvenile victim as back to July of 2023, was charged and lodged in the Grayson County Detention Center. We do know more information about the situation at the Litchfield Animal Shelter from earlier this week. A Falls of Rough man has been arrested for breaking into the animal shelter and letting several dogs loose. Yesterday, we were talking about it, trying to figure out the nuance of it, what the particulars might be or what the motivation might have been. But through surveillance video, they were able to find 43-year-old Michael Baker was there in the early morning hours of Tuesday morning and basically saw what he did on the scene. But he was in particular interested in one white dog. And so there was some speculation, when we were wondering about motive, did he have an animal there that he wanted back and decided he was going to break the rules in order to do that? In the process, caused a bunch of chaos and caused a bunch of injuries. And so anyway, he was arrested. They obtained a warrant and he was arrested at his residence at Falls of Rough and was lodged in the Grayson County Detention Center. So, I mean, a lot of people don't know, including myself, that sometimes when your dog gets taken to the shelter, there are fees associated with you, because of the trouble they have to go to with housing the dog and feeding the dog and catching the dog, et cetera. So it's not just as simple as swinging by there and picking up your dog. So if you're trying to get out of paying whatever fees or the hassle involved in that, you may break the law in order to try and save some money. But I'm going to go with this is going to be a little more expensive than it would have been. A Grayson County woman has survived after flipping a vehicle into a pond and escaping after the car came to rest in about 15 feet of water. Yesterday morning, about 8:20, the sheriff's office and Annetta Fire, as well as EMS, responded to the 1100 block of St. Anthony Road to the report of a car leaving the roadway and entering a pond. They found the driver in her 20s and a Grayson County resident had the wherewithal to escape the vehicle in frigid water, about 37 degrees at the time of the accident. Even though it's been warmer, the water is not warm. And she was able to make it safely to the pond's bank. She was treated at the scene, got transported to Owensboro Health Twin Lakes with non-life-threatening injuries. And so anyway, a diver was involved, and a car actually submerged and went into the water. You see things like that on TV, but actually happening. So she's very lucky. Legislation to provide more protection for children using social media and a measure changing Kentucky's wage and hour laws both won approval from the House Small Business and Information Technology Committee yesterday. House Bill 463 is sponsored by Stephanie Dietz of Edgewood. The bill would require digital service providers to register the age of the user, specify the duties of digital services providers relating to agreements with minors, require digital service providers to develop internal controls to prevent minors from being exposed to obscene matter, create parental monitoring tools, prevent advertising certain goods and services to minors, and provide information related to algorithms and content promotion. Okay, that sounds very complex. I guess I'd like to know how that looks practically. The bill would not require digital service providers to disclose trade secrets, while providing exceptions for when a digital service provider may share a minor's personally identifying information. It would require digital service providers to develop a commercially reasonable method for verifying caregivers and provide a method for a minor's verified caregiver to gain access to minors' personally identifying information. Okay, so it passed that to committee on 14-0 vote. I understand the need for the protections. And I do think that the IT industry, the technology world, does bear some responsibility in not making it super easy for minors to drift into areas where you would prefer they not be. But it also requires, there are too many parents who have decided to just be absent when it comes to the raising of your children and trying to decide what is appropriate, what is not, what access is harmful to them, supervising what they're doing. Too many parents don't want to be disturbed, and so they just hand them a phone and a smartphone or a tablet and say, here, don't bother me. You know, you go do your thing and I'll be over here doing my thing. And that's, you've heard me say, that's like dropping someone off in the parking lot at the grocery store at midnight going, good luck, hope you survive.
Yes, I don't know how to describe it other than it will always be with Alea that there will be no issue with me looking at her device at any given time.
Right.
That's just the way that's going to go. That is, whether it's over her shoulder, whether it's hand me that, you know, that's what you should be doing if you're going to allow your child. That way you know how far they're going and you just don't use it as a babysitter.
I think sometimes too, parents don't follow the rules that are set forward by social media. I mean, there's already an age limit.
Yes.
But then you find parents going, well, they'll be okay, or but when you violate those rules, you can't just singly point at the IT companies and go, it's your fault, because right. As a parent, if you're not following the rules as well. So my point is, I am for what it takes to protect young people, without a doubt. I'm just not sure I'm not sure that there's anything in the world other than eliminating social media that can protect everyone from everything. It takes everybody sharing some responsibility, including the child. So anyway, that is complex legislation. I just don't know how that looks in real world practicality. I did see a story where a bill in Frankfurt is intended to turn researchers at the public universities here in the Commonwealth into teammates, collaborating on cutting edge research, and it won overwhelming approval in the state Senate yesterday. It's meant to stimulate research capable of attracting lucrative federal grants and other support while lifting Kentucky's research profile. So, harnessing the powers of our public universities to compete on the national stage. La Tech defeated Western last night 90-84. That was down at Diddle. That was played in Bowling Green. And then Filipowski from Duke was not injured so much the other night in the court storming that he couldn't compete. He hasn't missed a game in 64 tries for Duke, but Duke was able to down Louisville 84-59. Not even close there. Duke ranked at number 10. Now Louisville will host Syracuse on Saturday downtown in Louisville. And then the Lady Cougars will host the Lady Wildcats tonight at Grayson County High School District Championship up for grabs. Both teams will qualify for next week's the third region tournament at Owensboro. But Sam, ending up in the championship side of that bracket is it pays dividends compared to going in as a runner-up.
They're playing Butler County too tonight. Butler County defeated Evanston on Monday, so it's the Lady Bears.
Completely confused.
Lady Bears are coming to the Cougar Den tonight, but yeah, no, a chance to win the game, and you know, if anything else, you get to cut down the nets on your own home floor. Like that almost means even more than just the necessarily drawing a district runner-up on either Monday or Tuesday of next week, but you get the chance to cut down the net. You don't have to sit there and watch another team cut down your basketball nets here tonight. So hopefully the Lady Cougars can pick up the big win.
Obviously, they've met earlier. Postseason is always different.
This is the fourth time.
This will be the fourth meeting, and how did they fare before?
Lady Cougars have won all three.
Okay.
So now, what does that mean? I don't know. They won the first one relatively handily. They won by 6 in Morgantown, and they won a close game at home as well earlier on. They won that game, I'm looking here, by 11. But if my memory's right, I think they pulled away in the closing minutes of that to make it more from 6 to 11 and so on, hitting some free throws down the stretch. So it should be a good game here tonight, and give the Lady Cougars a big crowd. I think even the other team's fan bases have kind of out-fanned the Cougar fans over the past couple of days. So let's hope that the Cougars can out-fan Butler County tonight.
I don't think the tallest banker you know and yourself will be sweating tonight quite like
hot.
You were on Tuesday night, because the temperature is not going to be as warm outside as it was on Tuesday, but you all looked like you had kind of been wrung out.
Well, see, what's funny is we were mentioning how warm it was in that gym, and after the game when we cut to our camera, Assistant Principal Shane Decker left a comment saying, "Oh, I thought you all were just being like babies. Now I see you all." It's like, no, it was toasty in there. It was real warm, just because there were so many people in there and it was warm outside, like you said. But it was it was toasty, and luckily, hopefully the Lady Cougars can pick up a big win, because that always makes the warm weather a little bit better on the inside.
It's that time of year, the temperature is warmer. Typically when those games start, it's still daylight. For the early game at 6 o'clock, you can just tell it's postseason time for basketball. So have coverage tonight starting at, about 6:40 or so?
6:40 on K105 and K105 Digital Productions. Subscribe to the YouTube and watch it.
Go Lady Cougars. Got to get to a break. We'll come back. Talk more about Leap Day, what it means, why we have it. Plus, we got plenty more on the way. We're going to talk about grandparenting coming up here on In the Know.
Start a new day, let's hit the ground running in a healthy way. Take a first at the fitness, even if it's just a little. Soon you'll be feeling just as fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle on a July night. A walk around town will make you feel alright. Take the first at the fitness, even if it's just a little. Soon you'll be feeling just as fit as a fiddle.
Community Health Partners want you to be as fit as a fiddle.
Thrift Therapy isn't your average thrift store. Hidden behind the car wash in Litchfield, we're the secret spot for your unique household treasures that make your space speak you. Discover the joy of thrifting and give your home a dose of personality without breaking the bank. We've got the unique, the quirky, the one-of-a-kinds that will make your friends say, "Where in the world did you get that?" Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 5, Saturday, 10 to 4. Unearth the unusual at Thrift Therapy, where every find is a find indeed. Visit us on Facebook at Thrift Therapy.
Thinking about furthering your education? At Elizabethtown Community and Technical College, you'll get a high-quality education close to home at a cost that won't break the bank. Enjoy small class sizes with professors who take a personal interest in your success. Scholarships are still available, making our low tuition even more affordable. ECTC's Litchfield campus is now enrolling for classes that start March 11th. Call 270-259-1540 or visit elizabethtown.kctcs.edu to get started. ECTC, college for the real world.
The 2024-25 FAFSA is changing. Students complete the FAFSA to apply for financial aid to help pay for college. What's changing? The FAFSA is more user-friendly and more students will be eligible for aid than ever before. Because of the changes, the FAFSA may not be available until late December 2023. What's not changing? There's help. There are KIA counselors and others who are ready to help you complete the FAFSA. You're not in this alone. For more info, text MONEY to 1-800-928-8926.
Brought to you by this station and the Kentucky Broadcasters Association.
Do you know what red flags to look for when considering an investment opportunity? Fraudulent sellers might make unsolicited contact, tell you everyone is buying it, and pressure you to invest right now. They make hefty promises over the phone, but never put them in writing. At the Department of Financial Institutions, we have a saying. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We're on a mission to educate Team Kentucky and protect your hard-earned dollars. Visit us online at kfi.ky.gov for more information.
Dear self, starting the new year, I resolved to do something good for my fellow man, woman, child, whoever. Basically, for every Kentuckian who crosses my path. I'm going to help make the world a safer place. I'm going to take action to keep people from getting hurt. Self, let's give up distracted driving and let's always wear a seatbelt. Let's buckle up and put the phone down.
Paid with funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Apple is canceling its electric car project. That's according to Bloomberg, which cited people with knowledge of the matter. The outlet reported the decision to end the project was disclosed internally Tuesday to the almost 2,000 employees working on the project. Apple had been working on the electric car project for a decade. Bloomberg says executives told project workers that many of them are going to be moved to the company's artificial intelligence division. Bitcoin is over $60,000 for the first time since November of 2021. The world's largest cryptocurrency's current record is close to $67,000. The rise is a big reversal from how it began last year, below $20,000. Economists expected more of a recession for the cryptocurrency. And OpenAI is claiming that the New York Times hacked ChatGPT to produce evidence of copyright infringement. OpenAI says the Times paid a third party to attempt tens of thousands of search queries that ultimately came up with about 100 examples. Tech Report, Mark Mayfield. And
Today is Leap Day. The calendar correction happens every 4 years, sort of. There are exceptions to that. Let's see. If we didn't have a leap year, our calendar would become so out of line, it would need a major adjustment, like in 1582 when they just completely changed the calendar and started again. On the Chinese calendar, this day only occurs in years of the dragon. That's this year. It also comes in the year of the monkey, the year of the rat. Now, here's kind of the trick. Years that are divisible by 100, but not by 400, do not contain a leap day. So it's 365.262. So it can't, if it were 0.25, 365.25, then you could be consistent with every 4 years. So there are some exceptions to keep the math straight. So in 1900, no, but in 2000, yes. All right, you follow me? So if it's divisible by 100, but not by 400, they do not contain a leap day. All right. Digital Learning Day today. Frog Legs Day.
Oh, okay.
Tastes like chicken.
They do.
And I think that's it.
Do you like frog legs?
I have only had frog legs.
This is something I don't know that I know.
I had frog legs once for sure, maybe twice.
Okay.
But I know once that I've had them. It was a long time ago when I was a kid. They had it at the big buffet down at the Big
Okay.
E in Owensboro.
Okay.
And I think there's a pretty good story about my baby sister Marita and frog legs.
Okay.
So
I've never had them.
I've had them at home, and then I've had them at a nicer restaurant.
yeah,
Yep. Both good.
yeah, if you don't know, if you don't pay any attention
Yeah.
to what it is, you don't necessarily
Yeah.
know. Here are the bizarre and unique holidays to celebrate coming up beginning tomorrow. We get a new month, bonus day today, so 29 days in this February. Tomorrow begins Irish American Heritage Month. That makes sense. Music in Our Schools Month, National Nutrition Month, Peanut Month, Red Cross Month.
Yay.
Oh, I know somebody's going to be insufferable
Yes.
next month.
Yes, it's true.
Is
I
it-
already have stuff.
Oh,
I
I
already-
didn't think it was you.
Is it rollerblading month as well?
Yes.
The Red Cross
Yes.
lady. She goes from having a birthday one week to Red Cross month
Yes.
the next. I saw, interestingly enough, I had a conversation with her on her birthday about, I learned on Monday that there is a Red Cross equivalent in Palestine called the Red Crescent. And so, because, they don't dig the cross because being Muslims. And so it was kind of interesting how the Red Cross is shaped. It doesn't look like the cross, like the cross, but because it looks enough like the cross, the organizations in the Islamic world don't want anything to do with it. So they just turn theirs into a crescent moon and call it the Red Crescent. I was like, well, that's weird. They should be obligated to use the cross. Tomorrow is National Salesperson Day. It is Peace Corps Day. It is Peanut Butter Lovers Day.
Oh.
Talk about somebody insufferable about peanut butter. She's a peanut butter lover over there. Saturday will be Reuben Grill Day. I like a Reuben, but you got to get the kraut just right.
We know.
It can't be too much and it can't be too strong, but it's got to be just enough there that it's a Reuben. Sunday is Caregiver Appreciation Day. It's Namesake Day. It's National Anthem Day. Frozen Food Day comes up on Tuesday. Next Thursday is Be Nasty Day. I'm not sure how to interpret that.
Just let people think about it.
Just go
Yeah,
into social
that was-
media. You'll get a little bit of that.
I don't know if it's like, you nasty, or
Right.
if it's you're nasty. Right? There's two completely total different things. March 10, Daylight Savings Time begins.
Oh, it's coming quick.
Yeah, it's March 10. It's March 12 is Plant a Flower Day. The 13th is Smart and Sexy Day. The 14th is National Potato Chip Day. The 15th is Everything You Think Is Wrong Day. And the 16th is Everything You Do Is Right Day.
Okay.
So between those 2 days, you should have it covered. Corned Beef and Cabbage Day on the 17th, which is also St. Patrick's Day. Earth Day on the 19th, which aligns with the vernal equinox. So first day of spring this year is the 19th. It varies, but it is on the 19th this year. Live Long and Prosper Day on the 26th. Make up your own holiday on the 26th. I think they made up Live Long and Prosper. Something on a Stick Day on the 28th. And then Easter is on the 31st. Easter. Oh, I did read a thing. If we didn't have Leap Day, eventually we'd have Christmas in the summer. Because it would just keep.
Yeah, good point.
That is a good point.
So you
It'd take a long time to get there, but
Yes, it would take a while.
I wouldn't
So
be
there
too
you go.
against that, though. Hopefully, it would just make it to where there was always summer. I don't think it would work that way, though.
So coming up later in the spring, we are, I guess, about halfway through spring. We are scheduled to become grandparents, and so obviously you're looking very forward to it. Got
yes.
big baby shower on
Yes.
Saturday.
Yes.
Don't have a name yet,
No.
but the idea of becoming a grandparent also has made me spend more time thinking about my grandparents.
Okay.
And how they were and what they did. And it has occurred to me that it must be an interesting sensation becoming a grandparent and then watch your children struggle with the things you struggled with, and then you kind of snicker a little bit like, yeah, it's not so easy, is it? But then I also noticed there are those grandparents that probably at home say, I can't believe our kids are doing that. You know, like they don't want to overstep,
Right.
but it's like, I know the answer to this.
Yes.
I can keep you, I can help you do this.
Yes.
But the trick is just let them, just let them do it.
Yes.
Just trust that they'll figure it out. May not
at
always be
least that's
pretty,
what- yeah.
but so I ran across a thing that says, here's what grandparents really think about today's parenting trends.
Oh, okay.
You know, because it has always amazed me. Did my grandparents ever sit back and look at my parents and go, those poor things? I mean, they had no idea.
Yeah.
Or they're getting this one all wrong. I can't imagine them doing it. But
I mean, there's going to have been something
Surely.
that, you know, yes.
I mean, just things change by the generation.
yeah.
And so I'm just kind of curious to know how grandparents feel about it.
All right.
So one said, I love the more gentle parenting philosophy that's popular today. Okay. However, like, there's always a but. However, I worry some parents today are too permissive with their kids. I would imagine that if you were not the type of parent who wanted to be your kid's friend, if you see your child just trying to be the friend of your grandchild, you see that is that's doomed, or it's going to be problematic. One said, it's great to see dads stepping up more at home. That has changed over a few generations, without a doubt. One said, I'm envious of the conveniences of modern parenting.
Yeah.
My mom and I were laughing a few weeks ago, though, about all of the things that people get for babying
Yes.
these days.
It is, yeah.
And we just kind of snickered how, you know, women have been doing this for millennia.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking the modern conveniences
No,
without a doubt,
no.
but it is kind of interesting. If you went back, let's just say you went back to the Garden of Eden, all right? And you just, you could sit Eve down and say, Eve, here's what a pregnancy and delivery in the year 2024 will look like. She would not believe you.
No.
Like she would just, like, there's no way that's possible.
There's a lot, though, she would believe
Without
about
a
the
doubt.
world that we're in today.
I can't wait, Sam, till you get to the point to ponder for
But
today.
let's be honest, you being you would choose all of the newfangled, I mean,
Oh,
you know
yes.
what, right? He would,
Yes.
right? It'd be like,
Because you want to learn what it
See?
does.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, yeah, we don't need it, but
No.
you can't be, I mean, you can't.
It was as self-deprecating a statement
Yeah.
as
Oh,
anything. You know, the ability to look at self and go, you know, we make this a pretty big deal, but it's, and it is a big deal, but people have been getting by with a lot less for a lot longer than they've been getting by with the. Now, this one is interesting. It's surprising to me how many kids can't behave in a restaurant.
Oh, I can't.
Is that really a new thing, though?
No.
I think more and more. I think the more free range there are way more free range parents than there were 50 years ago. And so as a result, the more free range parents you got, the more unruly kids you got that don't know how
I think
to behave.
in a lot of ways, though, you got to think that 50 years ago, going out to eat was not what it is now, though. So I'm wondering
you
as to
might
how
be-
different that really actually is.
You might be right about that. And probably I was blessed with an atypical experience, but we went out in public a lot. And I remember, even in that time, I remember hearing people comment to my parents how well behaved we were. Now, I don't know if that's because it was so rare or because we were exceptionally good, but that's something that stuck with me. And I guess it had to make my parents feel good. It was like, well, we're at least we're getting this one thing right.
Well, yes, and as a parent, you like to hear those things as well, and it's nice, when people go out of their way to say so. And I try to do that, if I see a kid in Vandelay Industries or whatever who wants to,
You're the person
Yes.
that buys stuff for kids who are behaving at Vandelay Industries.
that may or may not be true.
One grandparent said, "I think parents should just let their kids be kids." I agree. Kids should be kids, but back to that free range. You can't just throw them out there and say, "Good luck."
I
You know,
think
it's-
what they may mean is, let kids be kids by going out and playing, and don't you think for
This person extended their comment and said, "I think in general we need to lay off the elite athletics, private coaches, tutors, college prep classes, and adolescents. Let kids go back to enjoying being young and stop focusing on their future from the moment they come out of the womb." Well, I mean, the world is a competitive place, and so I do understand both sides of it. I think it's important to treat the important things importantly, but you also got to carve out that time to just watch Looney Tunes. You know, I mean, just watch the Coyote and Roadrunner. Excessive screen time concerns me. That's not just with kids. Excessive screen time is getting us all. One person said, "I believe some parents could benefit from taking on a more authoritative role." I feel like parents could do more to encourage basic manners.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. I do fear that manners are going the way of the grammar.
Yes,
We
I'm
have-
afraid.
We have taken our eye off the ball. By the way, I'm going to tell you this, especially since we carry her wedding planning program after our show. But Pim Clark does Miss Pim's manners class. So down in Henderson, she does periodic manners classes where she takes young people for the day and she runs them through etiquette and manners and silverware, place settings, etc. So
That is.
I find the silverware place settings hilarious. Like
you want to go eat dinner with the president?
No, it's more just like, you got to use this fork to do this and this one to do this. And that's probably more of the youth in me, but it's like, why? Like, it's a fork. Use it.
You don't want to eat with your hands, do you, Sam?
Well, you
For me,
you've
Sam, I
got-
do find that it is excessive. For
it's
me,
it's
the-
absolutely excessive.
But for me, it's the classiness of it, being able to know that I can do it and that my children would know. So my thing at home is I want you to have the ability to have dinner with the president.
But see, it's funny to me, like, why is that classy? Like, you break out a second fork and all of a sudden you're classy.
The only way I'm
Well-
gonna agree with Sam on this part of it is our current president doesn't use silverware.
Oh, well, yeah, then yeah.
Okay, I'm disheartened by declining vaccination rates among kids. I love
Me
that
too.
my grandkids are encouraged to play outside and read. I think more could, and by the way, I think that's one great thing about Alea is that she gets it all the way around on getting outside and playing and stomping and climbing trees and just so it's important to have that balance. One person said, "I think more could be done to foster empathy, patience, and common sense." And then one parent said, "My kids are doing a better job than I did as a parent."
Oh, well, yeah.
And no matter how good you did, you would hope that your kids are doing a better job than you did. Even if you did a great job, you wouldn't want them to do less.
I expect to see great things out of our upcoming.
Me too, but I guess
I am.
I
I'll be
am.
honest.
I'm curious to know, though. I would kind of like to have a house pool that says what date will be the first time we have a conversation and going, I don't know if they got this right or not.
Well, I don't know.
We can't say it'll never happen, can we?
I'm not. I didn't say never, and right, we don't. We didn't say right. We don't say never.
That's true.
But no, I think they're going to do fantastic.
They will do very well.
Yes.
The thing is, though, Taylor is so on top of
Yes,
everything
that-
that
Taylor does everything, and I'm not being boastful. Taylor is just very. They've got this, and I'm so excited to watch them grow.
She's going to be more inclined to, though, she's wound overly tight on some things. It's like, take it, dial it back to 9.
Yes.
Just go back to 9, it'll be okay. So
Yeah.
anyway, that was an important lesson on trying to figure out how we're supposed to behave. I don't know if we learned or not.
Yeah. We'll keep you posted.
We got to get to a break. We'll come back. We will tell you the answer to yesterday's water cooler question and give you today's water cooler question straight ahead here on In the Know.
Every sandwich has bread, every burger has a bun, but these warm, golden, smooth steam buns, these are special, reserved for the very best. The Filet-O-Fish, and you can have them too.
Right now, get 2 crispy Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for just $6, but only for a limited time at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Single item at regular price cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Comfort is everlasting. Comfort is a journey that sees no end. Every moment is a memory. Every encounter, a piece. Empathy may be our foundation, but comfort is the heart that continues. The Watkins Funeral Home Legacy, a steadfast tradition from our very first service to our most recent farewell, guided by Dave and Jordan Atwell.
Hello, friends. My name is Reagan Atwell. My parents take good care of me and my little sister. They'll do the same for your family.
Discover more online at rogers-watkins.com or experience the Watkins difference personally on North Main in Litchfield.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just 1 dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
So you're addicted to drugs, so you feel hopeless. It's like a never-ending hole that you can't get out of.
You lose touch with the real people who love you.
And you feel like you're just a burden on everybody that knows you. But what I'd like to tell you right now is that's not the case. Reach out. I promise you that your life can be turned around and something beautiful be created.
Kentucky is here to help you. Call 8338-KY-HELP or visit the website findhelpnowky.org to begin your journey to recovery. Paid for by the Kentucky Office of Drug Control Policy.
K105 Weather is brought to you by Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Twin Lakes weather. A mix of sun and clouds across the region for today, with highs in the 40s in most spots. For tomorrow, some rain showers pushing through the region, highs mainly in the 40s yet again. Once we head into your Saturday, a little bit warmer, highs in the upper 50s and low 60s then, but we'll keep some clouds overhead. From the Wave News Training Team, I'm meteorologist Tawana Andrew. I'm a love man. Call me the love man.
Did you know February 29th, or Leap Day, was officially known as Bissextile Day in the Julian and the Gregorian calendar? Bissextile, B-I-S-S-E-X-T-I-E-L-E. Leap Day, I got bonus did you know for you. It's been also known as Bachelor's Day or Sadie Hawkins Day. Yeah, the Sadie Hawkins dances where the girls ask the guys. A person born on today is a 29er, a leapling, or a leaper. The Henriksen family from Norway set the Guinness World Record for the most children born on February 29 in the same family. 1960, 1964, and 1968.
That's impressive.
I'd be curious to know how many kids they have in total. You know, like if they only have 5 kids and 3 of them were born on February the 29th, then that's something. If they've got 29 kids, you know, then
That's
the
still
math
pretty
starts-
impressive, though. I mean,
it is impressive without a
it's
doubt.
they got their timing down.
But an American family named the Estes, tied the record. They had leapers born in 04, 08, and 2012. And the official name for a non-leap year is called a common year. So you have leap year or you have common year. Because if you think about it, so is this a leap year? No, it's not a leap year. So it's a non-leap year. No, it's a common year. That's what you.
Well, I know
That's what you call it.
if my little brother was born a week earlier, he would have been a leaper.
Yeah.
March 6th of 2000 is when he was born, so he was almost a leaper.
A near leapler.
Yeah. Yes.
Or
So
near leapling.
So I guess he would be getting ready to turn 6.
Well, lucky him. Yesterday, I did not give you the answer to the water cooler question. It was what people don't clean this,
Ooh.
but however often. was
Okay,
similar
yes,
to what it was.
18%, I think,
Yeah,
something.
18% of
Is that
people.
right?
It was your freezer.
Oh, I put
Your
windows.
freezer, and Corey correctly guessed that it was freezer. So congratulations to Corey. And so here's today's water cooler question. It is chance for you to win tickets to the World Wrestling Alliance coming up on Saturday at the National Guard Armory. You need to be, if you've not won in the last 30 days and you're 18 years of age or older, you need to text your answer to 270-259-6000. Text the answer to 270-259-6000. Here it is. 25% of people say this is their favorite smell. 25% of people say this is their favorite smell. Text the answer to 270-259-6000. Some immediate ones come to mind, but it would be being able to zero in. I guess if you think of it this way, there's a good chance that 25% other people say it's a different smell, and 25 other so. I
Is
mean,
this
you
is
gotta
this a
pick the
weird
one
smell?
I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Because like you have some people like the smell of some things, and then everyone else is like, "Why do you like that? That smells."
No, it's not a weird smell.
I like the smell of a horse. Sam would probably find that strange.
Well, you know what I find horses smell like? Horses. That's kind of what I think they end up smelling like. So.
At least it's horses and not the ones in Eastern Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Those smell a little different.
They do smell different. People are thinking that Beyonce's Texas Hold'em sounds like the Franklin theme song. So there was a Turtle starring kids show from the late 90s and early 2000s. Do you know Franklin?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Love Franklin.
I don't know Franklin. I mean, I see the picture. Like, okay,
Franklin's good.
That's Franklin. So anyway, this guy. All right, so let's see what he says.
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold'em.
Is this the Franklin thing?
Yes.
Hey, it's Franklin.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It sounds similar.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear.
It got kind of a similar tone to him. I got it. It just, that song is so unique. Everybody's trying to figure it out. Like,
I believe Franklin's also books.
Yes.
Isn't he?
Yes. Yes. Franklin is good. Franklin is solid. Well, yeah. We should go. We should have more Franklin.
You got Franklin in your library? Do you know if there's any Franklin?
I don't think I have a Franklin book in my library, actually.
So I read this morning that Paul McCartney once sang the Super Mario Brothers theme song to the man who wrote it. So in 1986, Paul McCartney they were on a tour in Japan, and he learned that Kondo and Mario's creator, Shigeru Miyamoto, was the two people were in attendance. And so he and Linda asked them backstage, and they had them sitting over there, and they walked up to them, and the first thing they did was, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Right? I mean, that's what you do.
Music is the universal language, but so they loved the song so much. Justin Timberlake has confirmed the NSYNC collaboration on the upcoming album. So they teased it, and now it has been confirmed. There is, get ready for tomorrow, because Miley Cyrus and Pharrell have teased their collaboration. It's called Dr. Work It Out. And so it's going to be released tomorrow. All right, so there's new Miley coming out tomorrow for all of you that said, oh, I got to have more Miley in my life. And then sad to learn, I've been battling cancer and had some health issues for the last, I don't know if it's been months or it's been how long it's been, but Richard Lewis has passed. You know, he was really big in the 80s, kind of got started in the late 70s. He was on Carson a lot, but he sort of was one of the early self-deprecating comics. You know, he was kind of the oy vey, and he said their family crest was two Jews wrestling over something. I can't remember. So anyway, it was just kind of a woe is me, self-deprecating kind of a style that kind of caught on. But anyway, most recently he had starred in Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I liked Larry David's line. He said, they were really good friends, and he says, today he made me weep out loud, and for that I will never forgive him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which kind of describes their humor.
Yeah, absolutely. And he called him a brother. You know, so he said they got along very well. Got to get to a break. We'll come back, finish it up for the morning here on In the Know.
Have you ever thought you could make a big difference in your life if you only had more time? Well, today's your day. Hi, this is Jim Daly with Focus on the Family. It's leap year, which makes today, February 29th, a full 24 hours tacked onto your calendar. And the question is, what are you going to do with it? Functionally speaking, a leap year compensates for the Earth's orbit around the sun, which takes slightly longer than our standard calendar year of 365 days. But on a practical level, maybe this leap day can spark another kind of leap, a leap of faith. And what do I mean by that? Well, we all have days throughout the year that have special significance, like New Year's, birthdays, and anniversaries. Not only do these days symbolize something important, they feel unique from other days. And that's why they can offer us a fresh start to do something outside the normal course of everyday life. Why not look at Leap Day that same way? Are there any goals you've been hesitant to pursue? Are there risks you would take, but you've been afraid to make the leap? Maybe today offers the opportunity you need to do something different. At some point, we've all wished for more time, extra days we hope will make a positive difference in our lives. Since this year we actually get one, let's use it wisely and take a leap in a new and refreshing direction. To help your family thrive, go to FocusOnTheFamily.com. I'm Jim Daly.
The words you are about to hear are taken from letters sent in by members of the Trinity Debt Management Program.
Dear Trinity, today I'm making my final credit card payment.
Before I came to you, I was in a constant state of anxiety and panic, but now there is hope for my family's financial future.
Working with Trinity made me understand that I'm not alone.
You really do help people.
Your kindness will never be forgotten.
Without Trinity's support, I would not have achieved my lifelong goal of becoming debt-free.
We saved a lot on interest and penalties, of course, but the reward was the gift of human kindness.
Trinity has carried me through a very difficult time in my life. You're amazing.
I used to feel so anxious and hopeless. Now I feel grace and peace.
God bless Trinity as you continue to help others become debt-free.
If credit card debt has you down, call Trinity at 1-800-990-6976. That's 1-800-990-6976.
I've got Southern comfort running through my veins. My mama was the wind, and my daddy was a train. I'm the second
MB's Point to Ponder for today. What happens regularly that would horrify a person from 100 years ago? What regularly happens today that would horrify a person from 100 years ago? Now, the longer we go, the harder those answers get, because in 1924, there were obviously cars, there were not, the technology age hadn't arrived yet, but we were still,
what about like Ironas?
Just
that could
If
look,
they didn't know that they were in,
didn't
maybe.
know what they were.
driving 70 miles per hour.
The speed which you drive.
And for us, 70 is normal.
I guess if you could suddenly drop someone into the back seat of a car going, say, 79 miles an hour. You know, it's the sudden transition. When you go from 0 to 79, you gradually would go, okay, this is getting fast. But in a flash, cut to that, I would say that, yeah.
You could do like a roller coaster too.
I would say that would definitely do it.
A roller coaster.
Yeah, I'm wondering though. Sure, but well, everything is. I guess what I had a hard time coming up with was when I thought about cars and driving fast. Like, well, there were cars, so if they suddenly saw a car, they wouldn't go, "What's that thing? That's a car." So it's more, I guess, degrees of the things we do. But I would imagine a smartphone it wouldn't be horrifying, but it would be
intriguing.
It surely would have a huge impact. Yeah, absolutely. But horrifying. Skydiving? Were we jumping out of planes in 1924? No, I don't think. I mean, you know exactly the year that the Wright brothers flew for 6 whole seconds.
It's hard to, I mean, it's like horrifying if you just saw it, you know what I mean? Like if, like say a drone, right? If you did not know that they exist and you just saw it, you might be horrified momentarily.
Yeah, you
but,
would think spacecraft.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
UFO.
But.
Yeah. Okay. Today's water cooler question was 25% of people say this is their favorite smell. What is it? Anybody want to take a guess first?
I'll put grass, but I
Grass.
think that's higher.
Sam?
Ooh, yeah, no, I don't know that I'm like gasoline.
Okay.
That was
Campfire. 25% of people say, I hate the smell of a campfire. Well, let me rephrase. I don't know that I hate it, but I hate it when you go inside and you can still smell it because it's in your nostrils. And you go, oh, I still smell like a campfire. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't want that part.
Take a hot shower and blow your nose.
I guess that's my only recourse. On TV tonight, gosh, we got so late. I don't know how we did that. Well, I mean, I know how it happens.
Yes.
I'm not. Law and Order on NBC, So Help Me Todd on CBS, and Farmer Wants a Wife is on Fox. Today's highlight in history, this date in 1940, Hattie McDaniel became the first black actor to win an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in Gone with the Wind. Birthdays today. So this is odd, you know, like famous people that were born on February 29. Tony Robbins is 64 today, and rapper Ja Rule is 48. Those are the only living. Jimmy Dorsey was born in 1904, the band leader.
That's the most interesting thing I've heard about leap year this entire show. Ja Rule's birthday.
Ja Rule. Let's chart toppers.
Just kidding.
Chart toppers. 1960, Bobby Darin, Beyond the Sea.
Okay. I like this.
So I'd be curious to know how many proms, what would proms have done for a theme without Bobby Darin's Beyond the Sea? I mean,
I'm not sure.
because that's low-hanging fruit. Let's do a Beyond the Sea theme. Otis Redding, number one, sitting on the dock of the bay, number 168.
Wow.
I'll be sitting when the evening comes.
Thank you, Otis. Let's go to 1976, The Miracles, Love Machine. Thank you, Miracles. And let's go to 1984, Van Halen and Jump. MB's Point to Ponder for today says, Happy Leap Day, a day where this time last year and this time next year does not apply. A day where this time last year and this time next year does not apply. MB's Pearl of Wisdom for today. Remember, God loves you, and I do too. If you don't know Jesus, let me know, and I'll introduce you. Look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow for another edition of our show. For Sam Gorman,